Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of D&D Quick Shots. Today we are going to be talking about items. And today's item, the animated shield, why I would use it, who I should give it to, and how often that would be actually available to a player. Alright guys, so what is an animated shield? Well, the animated shield in reality is a magical item, very rare, and requires attunement. Now attunement, you can only have 3 items, so this is going to be one of those major use items. This isn't one you just give out to any player willy-nilly early on, and there's a reason for that. Number one, once you have a shield, it increases your armor class, obviously. But the second part of it, an animated shield, you can speak a command word. It pops out and protects you as if you're holding it, which is huge, right? That's not just any kind of shield. What it does, it allows your hands to be free. So let's say you're an archer, right? Of some kind, whether it be the fighter or whether you're running actually a ranger or something like that. You now can increase your armor class and protect your backside or whatever you want to do, and be able to pop that up and then actually use both hands to utilize that. The other side of things, if you have it, you can pop it up, and now let's say you dual wield, so you can pull out that second weapon and get into the fray, and now you have a little bit extra support. The other option, you're a spellcaster. Spellcasters, depending on the one, normally aren't able to attune to a shield or something like that if they don't have the proficiency. Well, in this case, they might be able to actually use it depending on the DM's wishes and be able to pop it up and go. Now, there are some limitations to it, and this is why I always use it for the later tier stuff. I would probably say, if you're going to give it out to a player, 8th to 10th level probably would be okay. I probably wouldn't do much earlier, right? But around 8th, 10th level is probably good. Say the second half of the tier 2 play. Now limitations wise, it actually pops up and it floats around you. But if you ever get incapacitated or anything like that, it does fall out of the sky, basically. It'll land back in your hand if you have a free hand. Otherwise, it just falls to the ground. The other thing is it's only available at 1 minute at a time. So it actually allows you to use it at basically 10 rounds of combat. Now, very few combats go past 10 rounds in reality. But those are the two biggest pieces of it. Now, who would I give it to? Well, if I was a DM and I was making it specific to a certain class or something, I would probably be looking for anybody who can actually or would take like the Shield Master feat. And the reason for that is that not only do you have it now available to you, but then you open up that secondary hand. So, I'm going to be looking for more of those martial archetypes that can actually take it. And kind of combine it with what they do. Versatile weapons would be a good, whoever, focuses on that. I would also look at my spellcasters. Anytime you can bump the AC of a spellcaster is huge. But if they can do it without having to have a lot of extra hands and everything else, and where they can actually gain access to do more, is always beneficial. Now, the players may, take it and give it away and do something else with it. But in my opinion, your martial classes and your spellcasters are your two first kind of go-tos. Those in-betweens, bards and warlocks and things like that, not as big, but I'm thinking, wizard, sorcerer is where I'm looking when I'm talking spellcasting. Your rangers, maybe, it is a good option, but normally rangers are trying to stay out of the fight, unless you're doing like a dual wielding or something like that. So I very rarely am going to give it to a ranged individual. It's going to be somebody who has to worry about getting up in the fray, or somebody who has just a really, really, low armor class would be the second thing. So overall, that's my thoughts on the animated shield. Once you get past that, you can try to give it out at a lower level, see how that works out for you. But in my opinion, any kind of very rares, you're looking up in the higher part of the second tier before they even have access to those. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Have a great day, guys.